No Christians allowed. This video is only for people who use the Old Testament scripture. I'm talking about Jews who would read from the Torah and Muslims who would also use the same law. Okay, I'm just going to read a passage from Isaiah 53. I may just read the whole thing, but I'm not going to try to feed you anything. I'm not going to try to put my own opinions on this. I just want you to listen and just listen to it. Okay, it goes like this. Who hath believed our report, and to whom is the arm of the Lord revealed? For he shall grow up before him as a tender plant, and as a root out of a dry ground. He hath no form nor comeliness, and when we shall see him, there is no beauty that we should desire him. He is despised and rejected of men, a man of sorrows, and acquainted with grief. And we hid, as it were, our faces from him. He was despised, and we esteemed him not. Surely he hath borne our griefs, and carried our sorrows, yet we did esteem him stricken, smitten of God, and afflicted. But he was wounded for our transgressions, he was bruised for our iniquities. The chastisement of our peace was upon him, and with his stripes we are healed. All we like sheep have gone astray. We have turned every one to his own way, and the Lord hath laid on him the iniquity of us all. He was oppressed, and he was afflicted, yet he opened not his mouth. He is brought as a lamb to the slaughter, and as a sheep before her shearers is dumb, so he openeth not his mouth. He was taken from prison and from judgment. And who shall declare his generation? For he was cut off out of the land of the living. For the transgression of my people was he stricken. And he made his grave with the wicked, and with the rich in his death, because he had done no violence, neither was any deceit in his mouth. Yet it pleased the Lord to bruise him. He hath put him to grief. When thou shalt make his soul an offering for sin, he shall see his seed. He shall prolong his days, and the pleasure of the Lord shall prosper in his hand. He shall see of the travail of his soul, and shall be satisfied. By his knowledge shall my righteous servant justify many, for he shall bear their iniquities. Therefore will I divide him a portion with the great, and he shall divide the spoil with the strong, because he hath poured out his soul unto death, and he was numbered with the transgressors. And he bare the sin of many, and made intercession for the transgressors. Who is this person? Who is this person that has borne our griefs and carried our sorrows? The person in which we find healing. In his stripes we find healing. Healing from what? It says, for our transgression he was stricken, and it pleased the Lord to bruise this person. He poured out his soul unto death, and it says that he made his grave with the wicked. Who is this person? Can you think of anyone who might fit this description? I'll take you to another scripture here. We'll go to Isaiah chapter 9. Chapter 9, starting in verse 6, and we'll read 6 and 7. Isaiah 9, 6 and 7. For unto us a child is born, unto us a son is given, and the government shall be upon his shoulder, and his name shall be called Wonderful Counselor, the Mighty God, the Everlasting Father, the Prince of Peace. Of the increase of his government and peace there shall be no end upon the throne of David and upon his kingdom, to order it and to establish it with judgment and with justice from henceforth even forever. The zeal of the Lord of hosts will perform this. Who is this child? Who is this son who will be called the mighty God? Muslims, Jews, please ask yourself this question. Who is this son who will be called God? This isn't New Testament. This is Isaiah. Okay, I will take you to one more if you care. I'll take you to Zechariah. Zechariah chapter 12. Now listen to this one. And I will pour upon the house of David and upon the inhabitants of Jerusalem the spirit of grace and of supplications, and they shall look upon me whom they have pierced, and they shall mourn for him as one mourneth for his only son, and shall be in bitterness for him as one that is in bitterness for his firstborn. God is speaking to the nation of Israel in this passage. And for some reason, he is talking about one person, yet he says, they shall look upon me whom they have pierced, and they shall mourn for him. Me and him are the same person. Please tell me how any of this makes sense if we're not talking about Jesus of Nazareth. That's all I have to say. Thank you. I hope you think about it more.